All right, Halen, on a take two, because we had some technical difficulties yesterday. We're talking last week against El Paso. Remind me which one it was?
Slada.
I get confused at this time of year. And this week, a little bit different opponent against Amarillo High. I know yesterday, Anna, we started talking with you. I was just kidding. There was a little bit of drama at the end of game two against Slada. Take me through that, where you came up with 2 runners on and a chance to do something and came through.
I came up to bat, and Haley had just gotten on with the line drive to the shortstop, and she beat it out. And I was up there. I was like, you know what? I just need to score some runs, or I need to get on to help my team. And she throws me 3 balls, and I was like, the next pitch I was expecting, I was like, she's not gonna throw me another ball. She hasn't walked 4 pitches this whole game, so I was expecting like either a pitch down the middle, honestly. Like, I really wasn't. I mean, I got it. That's what I got. And
what happened?
hit it over left field.
There you go. A little bit of drama. And I asked you this when we talked before. Being a pitcher helps in that situation. You know kind of what she's thinking. She's thinking, I don't want to walk somebody here. I'm going to try to get something by her.
Oh, for sure. Oh, because I know exactly what she's thinking. I mean, she was up 3-0. She was trying to make me chase every pitch, and she was just trying to get one in the strike zone. She probably wasn't expecting me to swing at it, which, I mean, I did. But, like, yeah, I know exactly what she was thinking. I know she don't want to give up another walk to make bases loaded, and I know she was trying to make me chase anything that I could, and yeah, she just gave it to me right there.
You've kind of become power hitter number 3 for this team this year.
Yeah, I guess,
and
yeah.
We talked yesterday about Coach told me as a freshman you wanted to hit. He wouldn't let you. You kind of talked him into it last year, and then this year he kind of gave you the chance to go up there.
I mean, it was like, I knew I was going to have to hit this year because, like, we lost almost like an entire lineup. So I was, like, expecting me to hit. But last year I wasn't expecting to hit at all. I mean, I did. I think I did pretty good. And then this year I came out and I found myself in the first 4. And now I'm 5th hole, and now I'm hitting all this coming.
So this teammate to your right knows a little bit about hitting. And, Haley, it was not a typical inning with Lex getting down 0-2 and coming through, and then you hitting an infield single, correct?
Right.
Because usually you're hitting the ball, line drives are over the fence. That's kind of your specialty. Kind of what Anna was talking about there. You knew that you just had to get on base just to keep passing the torch. How important was that in that situation?
I thought it was really important because we all feed off of each other. So if one person gets a hit, we know that the next person's going to get a hit. Like, it all comes with consistency. If we're all just hitting the ball, other people are going to get a hit. I knew that since I was I got on base, I knew Anna was going to be able to get on base and score some runs somehow.
So they put a scare into you guys. Could have forced the game 3. As I mentioned yesterday, it never felt like, listening to it, that you guys weren't in any danger or anything. You were the better team, it sounded like. But how does that lock you back in now as you get ready to face a really good Amarillo High team?
I think it makes us realize that even if we're playing scrappy teams or really good teams, that we all still need to play our absolute best. We can't just let up. Even though we won 17-1 the day before, we still need to bring that same intensity the next day.
Yeah, I agree.
You had older last year. You mentioned, Anna, you had a lot of players last year that were older and could kind of help lock you in. This has been kind of a younger season. You still won 31 games, so you're doing okay. But how is this group now ready to go into this next step, do you think?
I think that they've seen that we can win, and that they know what we expect, and so they want to live up to that, and they know that we went far last year, and I feel like they want to do the same thing. They want to repeat it, and so do we. I mean, we still do, but I feel like they now get our intentions, and they want to follow up with that as well.
Now, in the playoffs, you don't get to pick who you play.
Yeah.
But I know, Coach, when I asked him yesterday, his eyes kind of lit up when we talked about playing Amarillo High. Are you guys excited for this chance to go against one of the teams that knocked you off this year?
Yes, 100%. We knew we were going to see them, even in preseason, in the scrimmage. We knew we were going to see them again, and now we're playing them when it actually counts. So now, it's more, I don't know, intense, I guess you could say.
It matters more. Because we know that it matters if we're going to keep going on the season. We want to beat them when it matters, not when it doesn't.
When it doesn't, yeah.
There's not many things you guys don't do well, but Haley, what are some things you maybe have to tighten up this week going into that series and make sure that everything's lined up and ready?
Definitely being more disciplined at the plate, knowing what pitches we want to drive, and knowing to keeping that outside pitch to let it travel, because we all know she's going to throw that to us, and we really just need to work on finding the pitch that we can drive and driving it hard.
What about from the circle? Are there anything you have to do differently? You didn't pitch a whole game against them. You only pitched a few innings. But
Yeah, but I mean, I've played them so many times in the past 3 years. I kind of know what to pitch them and what not to pitch them, and so you just have to be smarter what you throw them because they have some girls that'll make you pay if you leave it ready.
they've hit a ton of home runs this year.
have.
They're like,
Yeah.
well, almost, they're knocking on the door of 60, I believe.
60?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And Cooper actually kept them in check pretty well
Yeah, we saw
for
that.
a game. Does that kind of motivate you a little bit too, to know
Kinda.
one of your
I think-
neighbors had a
yeah.
good series
I
against
think
them?
it definitely gives us some confidence because, like, we know we beat Cooper back then. We beat them twice, and so we know that, like, if they can beat the person that we lost to, then that means we still have a chance no matter what.
And then they went 3 games against who'd they play?
Del Valle.
Yeah, they went 3 games against them, and I mean they were close games. Every single one of them were. Well, not the second one. That one was pretty bad, but yeah, they were close games. Their whole playoff round. So I think we got a pretty good chance.